Jonik, this entire time, Fauna is gone, Muiri is gone, Abe, I'm assuming, told you that he was leaving.
And where am I?
You're currently in the inn.
Okay.
As you guys kind of bled away from Thephany, who was going to question Lord Blacklight.
Right, I forgot that we turned the guy in, right?
Yeah.
And then we all just went back to the inn?
Yep.
Okay, and then they went off to do their own things, and now I am just on my own.
Yep, you do get a very tired-looking female drow messenger who just locks eyes with you. She has currently an arrow through her shoulder, and she, because mind you, the female drow about 7 feet tall and imposing, rather broad. And as soon as she locks eyes with your little rat self, there is not even a hesitation. One of the arm with the arrow through it is completely limp, but you still see this look of determination on her face.
I go, oh my gosh, are you okay?
She sits down and says, "No. I have a message to deliver," and she slaps it down. It is a red envelope with a seal on it. It's black and Icarus.
Okay.
"This is my job. You are going to read this, and if you don't, so help me God." And she slaps a gem down on the table. "I'm going to make it awful for everyone."
Hold on. Can you tell me the state of her wound?
The blood is dried, and you're unsure. If you want to roll medicine, you can see if how long it's been like this.
I'm more interested in, how far through her shoulder is the arrow? Is it completely out the other end?
Yep.
Okay. Janet goes, "If you don't mind, I'm going to try and help you with that wound you have there. I feel like that's probably bad, and I kind of feel bad that you had that happen." And he just kind of... he's going to start looking at it just to see what, the more specifics of it are. Is that okay?
Okay, yep. Just roll medicine.
Alright. 13.
Okay, so you look at it, you can assume the easiest way to probably do that, given your knowledge, would probably be to...
What, snap off the head or something?
Snap off one of the ends.
Yeah.
And then pull it out. And then immediately heal it before the blood starts pouring out.
Right. Do I have your permission to help you with this?
Sure, you do that, and I won't force you to pay me a tip.
Okay. And he just kind of looks at it. He thinks. And 1 second. Let me see if I have anything in my equipment that would be good for this.
And between that small crowd is gathering as you're now, verbally saying you're going to remove an arrow from a lady in the middle of a bar. And before Jess asks, yes, it's the same messenger.
I wasn't going to ask.
You were going to ask at one point. I felt it. This is the exact same messenger.
I love her.
She doesn't love herself.
She needs me.
You know what? I'm going to try to...
An ant just bit me. Hold on a second. Silas, you're the reason why the ant came onto me. You're covered in ants. What the fuck?
How is... Can I try... Can I just kind of easily visually see the way that the arrowhead is attached to the end of the arrow? Is it just wrapped on with string?
You take a closer look at it and... Let me think. Make a history check to see if you can determine the make of this arrow. Because it's a very unique one. Oh, okay. So you instantly recognize this. This is indeed a... Where are my notes? A Ravanian arrow. You can tell that by it is more... It's kind of like a curved upwards, like a hook. So if you're to try to pull it out, you're going to do a lot of damage if you're just yank it out one way.
Mm-hmm. So it's not symmetrical. Oh, sorry.
It's not. It's literally like a... It's almost like a legit hook.
Like a
But it's not-
harpoon.
Yeah, it's meant to stay in there. And you actually, with that history check too, you actually look back to where the fletching is. Where the arrow would be knocked, there's also a hook that point towards the head of the arrow. Meaning that either way you pull this out, if you did not snap the arrow, it would have caused a lot of damage.
Mm.
Which you find rather curious, as the Empire of Riven is rather far away from this land. And actually have a very good and somewhat healthy relationship with the Drow, from what you can recall. And by healthy, it is literally, don't fuck with me, I don't fuck with you. And that is the only time they've ever interacted in history.
Can you quickly send me the way that you spelled, was it Riven?
Yeah, 1 second.
I just want to make sure I get that spelled properly in my notes.
Let me go back to my chat. Campaign discussion.
From what I can see, is there any way to detach kind of more without just snapping the rod of it in half? Is there any way to detach the hook from one end or the other?
With that roll, you do know that they tend to use a very strong adhesive. However, once again using that check, you know that that one mushroom you have, Goldsbane, would have a particularly strong effect to the adhesive. And you wouldn't even have to damage it, you just have to place it near the adhesive.
So kind of like the residue from it. Okay. I will...
You guys still there? Did I drop out?
I don't know, I can still hear you. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I think my connection cut out for a second.
Oh, okay. So just the residue from it will be enough.
No, you literally just bonk it with the Goldsbane, and that's it.
Yeah, I will be doing that to try and remove the hook from the end of it.
So as soon as you touch the little caged orb of fungus, you boop it, you notice a bit of dust spews from it. And the little bit of adhesive you saw poking out from where the arrowhead is begins to go soft like molasses, then immediately begins to run like water. And then pling, 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 it falls to the ground.
Okay. Well, for now, I will pocket the little hook. And I will now try to... It's just a straight rod now, right? There's nothing...
There's also the other hooks at the end, but if you pull it the other way, you should be fine.
Yeah. I meant like if I were to pull it straight out.
Yep,
One way.
you'd be good.
Okay, and then I'm going to do that, and as the moment that the rod leaves her shoulder, I'm going to cast Healing Word.
Okay. So you do so, roll that healing. So you pull it out. You see her six-fingered hand dig and bore into the wooden table. And you seal the wound to an extent to where it's more of a deep flesh wound that might require some stitches, but would overall heal, albeit awkwardly without medical attention. So she's much better off and has some faculties within that arm.
Okay, I've treated it to some extent. You should probably still see a doctor for that, or a cleric. Other than that, though, you should be fine.
Don't worry, I'll just talk to Lady Sedona. This isn't the first time.
And then I will read. I will now look at the letter. You said it has like a black ichor for
like
the
a
seal?
black seal, yeah.
I pull out I actually have in my equipment a small knife, so I'll use the small knife that I have to kind of just rip open the. It's like an envelope, right? Like a traditional envelope. To rip open the end of the letter.
Okay, so what is it? You produce a small piece of fine parchment out of it. It is written in Undercommon. And it says, on behalf of the now reigning Lady Regent, Rothyla II, we bestow upon you a gift of one of our servants. May he serve you faithfully and well. Given to you as a tithe and gift from the Empire of Ruin.
Hmm.
And it is addressed to the fearsome foursome. However, it is written in Akiri, so it looks like a bunch of squibbles.
I will.
Here, he would say, they wrote the feathery flock. Because they just butchered it that bad.
Okay. I will keep the letter for now, just to show to the others. And was that all that was in the envelope?
If you do turn that same piece of parchment around, it says addendum.
Almost 9 o'clock.
Our servant will be at the Drow Embassy in Aranum.
A servant will be at the Drow Embassy in Aranum.
Yep.
Okay. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
And if you'd like, you can roll a history check on the Empire of Ruin and this Lady Regent.
Okay.
If you do like say the Empire of Ruin in particular, you do get advantage. However, you are not very familiar with the Lady Regent. Or the matriarch regent, I should say, given Drow tradition.
I will do it on just the something of ruin. The
Empire of Ruin.
Empire of Ruin.
Okay, it is a history check at advantage. So, with your brief tangle in the Underdark, you did actually pass through the Empire of Ruin, as one of its paths do lead directly to the surface. The Empire of Ruin is one of the most desolate places within the Underdark. It is void of most life, including the most common funguses that they do tend to consume. It is said that the Illithid don't even tread upon this land. That not even the Umbra Hulks, the Hook Horrors, the Grell, and everything else do not even tread upon it. It is a very, 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 very unusual thing to see any living creature there, but the Drow are so spiteful that they decided, we're going to live here.
I'm just going to put no zone. Okay.
You do know it was ruled by a Lady Reyes? And that she was a very weird and obscure and eccentric figure. However, she was a very diligent master of assassins and spies. It is said that no one could get anything in or out of the Underdark illegally without her say-so. So this Lady Regent is very unfamiliar to you. You're assuming that they might be a distant relative who took over after their past.
But we're on their good side.
Potentially.
So she put a crystal on the table, the courier.
Yeah, she took it with her. That was more of a... With your wisdom, I'm assuming you would have realized that was a threat.
Oh.
That might have been an attack or a spell gem of some kind.
Okay.
She has had a letter to deliver, and she was going to make sure someone got it.
I am going to take something enclosed. So I'm assuming that I have to go to the servant in the embassy to receive whatever it was.
Yes.
Abe said where he was going, right?
Yes, he went to the Pearl District to talk to the Magister.
Is the embassy in that direction?
It is actually, yes it is. It's towards, I believe, the Marble. It's where the Marble meets...
Alright.
Where is it?
I am going to do something before I head out. I am going to... We're in an inn that has a... This is the same inn that we usually go to, right?
Yeah, it's just not the brothel.
Right.
Dipped out of that.
there is a. I'm assuming this is like an eatery as well, right?
Yeah, they have like a little dining area on the bottom floor.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the counter or wherever it is you go to get food, and I'm going to say, "Excuse me," to whoever it is that's like manning the place.
So you see a woman, or what you presume to be a woman.
Okay.
She wears a mask made out of some sort of enameled gold. She wears what appears to be traveling clothes. And you can barely make out her eyes, which are a dull green. She says, "Yes."
Are you serving food?
She kind of looks around. Not much else, but yes.
Do you happen to have any cheese?
You see her eyes kind of go up for a bit in like what you presume to be thought. I'll go check, but it might be none of the ones you're accustomed to. And she kind of
No, I'm
walks
not
off
picky.
for a bit. Let me look up cheeses real quick.
Limburger.
Oh god.
Gouda.
Parmesan.
Mozzarella.
Parmigiana.
Pecorino.
That sounds like a Doge meme.
She comes back with this very odd-looking cheese. It is a small brick about the size of her palm.
Mm.
It looks like cheddar, but a bit more compressed. It almost appears like bread to you.
Okay. And I just ask her, how much will that be?
Well, this whole thing about 5 silver.
And he just goes into his bag, pulls out 5 silver, puts
She
it on
takes
the
it and just hands you the whole block. She has it like wrapped in a little like linen thing.
Thank you. And then I unwrap it and pull a chunk off and throw it into the bag.
You hear nibbling. So you do notice that this does have a strong smell.
Mm.
And it is rather moist. But it tastes like it's supposed to be like this.
Okay. And then I'm gonna take a little piece off and eat it.
It smells faintly of orange rinds almost. But not too bad. Has a bit of like a stronger taste.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna rewrap it and put it in a different bag. Like kind of like a pouch on my side or something.
Okay. Easy enough.
And I'm gonna go outside, kind of go around a corner, and once the nibbling has stopped, I'm gonna pull out my pet rat, pet skeever.
So you do. It kind of like hangs limply in your grasp, just kind of vibing.
And I just gonna go, good boy, and I put him back in.
Before I forget, you can pick personality traits for your pet, or you can roll for them, or you can train for them.
How would training for them go?
You more or less just encourage a specific behavior, or attempt to like teach them a certain way. It's pretty much just like training a dog a trick, almost.
Okay.
So you can more or less condition them to try to be a bit less flighty, which gives them the brave characteristic. There's also a stupid characteristic, which almost all animal gets at the start.
Yes, I know that from experience.
For now, I'm just gonna be trying to get it to be more willing to just stay in the bag when I want it to be in there.
Get in the damn bag, Shinji.
Bag, Nebby.
Just so that it doesn't like
Good
randomly
news. Good
jump
news.
out.
The only time you've ever seen it come out was when you went to sleep, and it more or less just fell asleep on top of your face.
Okay.
That's adorable.
Well, that's fine for now then.
So what you can gather, its 2 core personality traits as of right now are stupid and affection.
Mic off.
I think if I can try to train something, it would be something along the lines of tracking or like trying to find something that I I'm looking for. You know, like assistance in investigation or something like that.
If you want, you could have trained it during the day, the previous day.
Okay.
And
Like-
you just need to roll animal handling to see how well you do.
Something, basset hound rat.
So you start off pretty simple.
These freaking rolls.
So you take a bit of vegetation, you keep some to, help it track.
Mm.
And you start off, having it identify through cups. Like, that are placed upwards, stuff like that.
Mm.
You get more complicated. You kind of go to a courtyard and start placing that same vegetation, and once again, it almost instantly finds it. You try food, it finds it. You try putting it up in a tree, it can identify that it's in a tree. The only thing you seem to have trouble with is when it's trying to locate a living thing. Like, you take Mawiri's robe, and it's just like, it more or less tracks people wearing the similar fabric.
Mm.
So good news is you trained your app to track. Your rabbit, your rat. And that was the previous day.
Okay. Cool. I'm not going to be using it for this, but I'm going to try and find Abe.
So you go to the Pearl District?
Yes, I'm going to try and track him down.
So you approach the gates, and as soon as you go to the gates, they're closed, and the guards lower their spears to make an X and say, "The Regent Magister is busy concocting the cure. Any potential contamination can spell ruin."
Fair enough. And then he's just going to leave.
I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting you to turn into a fly and sneak in.
No, because he just looks around. Are there still rats following me?
Yep. That also might be part of the reason.
Yeah, it just looks around. 500,000 rats trailing behind me. Yeah, fair enough.
You do have the equivalent of 2 swarms of rats encircling you at all times.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna take like a pretty decent chunk out of the cheese, and then just kind of break it up into crumbles, and just kind of like old lady feeding the pigeons to the rats.
So you see a lot of, especially the human folk, tend to just stare. You actually see a few children actually, help you with this, and they actually give them bread. As you know, like a little kid doesn't know much better. So after you're done, old lady feeding the rats and having some help with the form of 2 probably 5-year-olds.
Oh no. Why did that image have to pop in my head? All I could think of is a freaking 4-year-old picking up one of the rats and it's all dirty and shit, and he puts it in his mouth.
What? What?
He just puts the freaking rat's head in his mouth or some shit.
So, out of the 3 children, one of them ends up licking one.
I go, no, don't lick. Do not lick.
Mic on.
And it's like, 5-year-old boy just kind of tilts his head. And you don't speak Teresian, so you don't understand a word of this.
Can I try to cast as a ritual detect poison and disease?
Yes, easy enough to do.
Okay.
So it's 1 minute casting, so it's not too hard.
Mm-hmm.
So you detect... What's the range on that? 30 foot. So nothing within 30 feet of you gives off any poisonous or disease king.
Mm.
You actually get a bit of a magical aura off your own rat swarm.
Mm.
It seems that they're being warded by the same amulet that you're, wielding, so you're not going to contract something unless they maybe bite you.
Hmm.
However, you still don't recommend licking a rat.
Yeah, I'm just like, maybe not such a great idea.
Big outbreak, a random circa 39 of the Age of Fire.
Okay, at that point, I'm going to head out, and I'm just gonna try to go to the embassy. Do I get stopped by any guards going to the embassy?
No. The
Okay.
guards are aware of your situation and actually mutter something in Elvish at your approach. So do you enter?
I am going to enter, yes.
So you see the Stoke-faced Sedona. To her right side is a drow individual you've not seen before, and another drow male talking to Sedona. If you guys like to describe your characters, go ahead.
Oh god, no.
Oh god, yeah.
I'll let Dave go first. Wait, no.
But I'm
no.
not.
Dwarf! That's gonna happen so much.
So I actually found a really good picture for the character,
Ooh.
as you guys can see.
Oh, ooh. Ooh.
If you want, you can blow up this my token to be bigger so that it's easier for everybody to see.
Well, I can see in the bottom left, but yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Kind of has a bit of a black butler.
I'm trying really hard not to make that joke.
So my male drow stands at 5'7". I'd imagine that he's actually tall for a male drow.
That is possible. Usually males tend to be about 5 to 5'7".
He weighs in at 155 pounds. He is actually rather young for a drow.
The Dwad.
He has black hair that tied up in a ponytail, exactly like the picture shows. He wears something of a black tuxedo with white gloves, and that he carries himself very, very properly.
And Jessica?
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Okay, hold on. Stop.
He is in Lorgen.
I don't have a picture for the other one, because I have yet to draw him. He's coming up. I had to figure out his ears for a second. So, one of the first features you'll notice about him is his very unusual eyes. For a drow. They're actually a bright blue in color with golden flecks in them. His skin is darker to the point of you get the feeling that maybe he could blend in with shadows, but it's not that dark. So not as dark as Jonix, but still around that range.
I was gonna say.
He does have stark white hair that is shorter than the other drows. And another feature is that his ears are different in the fact that they are more crescent shaped. And hold on while I get a picture of like the little danglies that he's got, because he does have danglies.
Oh my goodness! Seriously, Silas, did you really freaking just put your butt in my face just so you could fart?
What the cat demands. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where? I sent it to you, Zach. Why have I lost it? There it is. He's got little metal bits on his ears, and they're shaped like the picture I just posted. Nothing else is similar. Maybe. I don't know. Inspirations are grabbed. He is wearing more of... You can kind of tell it's better made. It's not commoner clothes. But it's not over the top, I'm a noble and I know it clothing. So it's like upper middle area around there. And he has a violin. You are...
Sorry, I need to get some information real quick. My phone is dead.
You got it.
Thank you. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation the first time, and I will regret nothing. Silvala?
Silvala.
So
Is
you
it
see
like-
this? You see Sedona tent her fingers with her claws touching the tips of each finger. No, Lord Scion Savala. I do not know of anything that Vitriol has been working on. I do not know if he has your bowstring ready or if he's given it to you yet. I really don't.
Well, you're his cousin? Shouldn't you know?
Yes. Yes, I am. And Vitriol is an unpredictable force. He does what he wants.
He probably left it in the capital, didn't he?
Hold, do I get to roll for something now? I get to roll for Vitriol.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. So everyone in the room hears a very loud and sharp ping, then a bang. And you can just see every drow worker and half drow and half elf just collectively look tired and done.
So, have I actually entered the room, or am I just looking into the room?
You have entered.
Okay, so you guys just hear the pitter-patter of 10,000 feet.
Thousands
So-
of feet, much to the beat. It's an army
So,
on
Rathis and what is your character's name, Dort?
Vivoth.
Vivoth or Veloth?
Vivoth.
So
So,
Vivoth
like,
and
Vivok.
Rathis, you see a larger rat that is bipedal come in with a horde of smaller rats.
You know, if you wouldn't have told me about this, I would have asked if there was an infestation.
And GC Sedona Saperti was a gift for the lady of the city. Anyways, this is Jonik, one of the associates I was telling you about.
Hello.
I'm very well aware of your meeting with one of the other ones, unfortunately.
I think your entire party knew about that.
No, one of them was blind to it, but that's not the point. Anyway, Vivoth, this is one of the many people that you are being entrusted to.
He takes a step forwards. He puts his right hand over his chest and on his left shoulder, like under it, and he bows. Hold on a second. Yes? No, it's not out yet. Okay, that's interruption number 2. And he bows, and he says, pleasure to meet you, sir. And as one of my new masters, that I will proudly serve you.
What?
And you see Sedona put like lower down like the half, like cut like the half circle glasses with little chains behind them, and she's quickly writing down something very hastily on the paper. And she stamps down on it with the seal of the royal family, and then hands it to you, Jonic. He is now a new associate of the Fearsome Foursome.
Huh.
Would you like to join as well, Rathus? They seem to be much more your style.
Oh, it'll obviously upset my mom if she knows about it, so sure.
Ah, yes, Prelate Slavala. Very prickly woman. Hold on, I have to send you stuff now.
I'm going to go close my curtains because the cat keeps opening them. So I'll be right back. I don't want some fucking crackhead looking into my room.
You just turn around in the middle of combat and your actual combat music.
You cannot rest here. There are enemies nearby. Or even worse, some crackhead cat just looking in.
Does he have one in his house?
Another one, though.
You pull out the Ronts. The Ratons.
Oh, the Rons. Where's that from? Hold on.
I'm back, and what from?
Hans, I'm assuming.
Hmm.
Hans?
I don't know who said it.
Oh no, Hans, I remember. That was friggin' Abe when he was a horse, and it was just massive.
An absolute fucking unit.
Yes. Yeah, no, the rat in my backpack is a Rons.
Do you pull him out?
No, I'm gonna keep him in there for now.
Everyone does hear faint nibbling emanating from his bag.
Are you just covered in bats?
But anyways, I will inform you of more happenings. As we all know, my very dear sister, Maroons, or well, cousin, as I more endearingly call her, has sent assassins, or what we presume to be sent by her. So, both of you, Rathus and Vevoth, know of the mention of the name Maroons is the current successor to the Canehurst throne, which is what the Euclidean Dominion... Well, the Euclidean Dominion has the most equivalent to a grand leader. All the other city-states and empires heed to the Empress. Or the word in common translates to Empress, but she is, Aperture. And she succeeded her mom by duplicitous means that neither of you are really aware of, as you're not particularly close by to the capital. Annoying and a pain in my ass. She's literally ruining centuries of work that me, Vitriol, and our mothers have set forth by creating relations with the surface. But oh no, look at me, I'm powerful. And I have mommy issues, boohoo. So I tasked Jonic's associates and them to find these would-be assassins, do what you wish to them, preferably maim or batter, and you will be rewarded. And she kind of sits back in the chair, and you see her counting down on her fingers, so she's like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Janek just kind of covers his ears in expectation of something exploding.
So you guys do hear a loud click. You hear click, 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 click. It jammed. And you hear thud, 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 as he's running down the stairs. And she just looks. So, Vegoth, you do take note that her expression when speaking does not change. Her eyebrows do not move, she only blinks, and her mouth opens to talk. Same thing with you, Rathus, but you're more well acquainted with Sedona. And you hear fuck, 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 and you see Vitriol run out of this, like, the building. Have to roll damage now. Give me a second, it's gonna take me a minute.
Oh no.
So all you hear is this loud, cacophonous echo of an explosion. You actually see one of the servants very nonchalantly just close the blinds. As if this is a very common occurrence. So a few seconds go by after this loud explosion, books rattle, a few things fall, but nothing really breaks. And then you hear a slam against the door. And it opens, and Vitriol is pretty much the front, like his shirt, like legitimately half his shirt from the front is burned off.
Rathus is just gonna walk over to him and cast Mending.
So you see the bits of ash congeal and begin to make the fabric that was his shirt. However, it does not have the same design and coloring. But it's still a functional shirt.
I walk up to him and I offer him one of my handkerchiefs.
Oh, thank you. And he just quickly just wipes off this unhealthy amount of dust upon him off. Casts prestidigitation to then remove the dust in a pile within the embassy and hands it back to you.
I'd like to make a note on how he actually offers it to him. He goes and he stands next to him, and with his left hand, he kind of just holds it out it's kind of hard for me to explain, but it's like with one arm, has his elbow facing down, and he has his wrist facing to with the left. This is with his left arm, and he has the handkerchief on his left hand. And that's how he offered it to him. And then when he's done, he just takes it with his left hand, and then he just kind of puts it back into the pocket he took it out of. He kind of just held the pose for a couple seconds while he was waiting for the Vitriol to finish wiping himself.
He's easily done, didn't take him very long. And you just hear Sedona's like, what did we learn? Not to use a mystic blasting powder. What will you do? Be safer next time? What did I say? I told you so. Good. She goes back to scribbling in one of her many, many dossiers. Oh, and Vitriol, Rathus is here, as you can see. He's wondering about the commission he made. Vitriol then stops for a minute mid-walk, thinks for a second. You see him lift up one of the pant legs to one of his pant legs, and you see instead of what would be a normal biological leg, be a replacement made out of a very fine and silvery metal. You see him twist what would be the kneecap joint, and the back of the leg where the calf would be pops out. There's a little scroll in there. He pulled out this little scroll, and those of you who played the Elder Scroll and how the actual Elder Scroll has that little pull thing, and it looks like it winds back up if you were to let it go. It's kind of like that, but much smaller. And he just keeps pulling it out and pulling it out and pulling it out, and now it's going to the point where it should look like it should hold that much paper. and pulling it out and pulling it out and pulling it out. It's like a clown trick on crack. And then he finally gets to a point where he takes a note. And he's like, oh. Oh. He then presses the side of it, and it all begins like slowly just being absorbed back into the tube.
Mm.
I mean, I have some good news.
It didn't blow up?
Well, yeah, of course, it's just a trick weapon. It's not supposed to blow up. If you want it to, I can definitely try.
No.
Once again, it's still rolling back up. Well, when I was reestablishing relations with the Wood Elves, I might have misplaced it. It was left on shelf 1A2B3, on shelf -1.
Okay then.
And it is in the city of Mold Hollow.
I'll keep that in mind.
So what are we doing today? How is everyone doing? So I was like, they're going to find the assassins, hopefully. Oh. Best of luck then.
Yes.
And Vitriol then just kind of flumps out of existence almost. Very inelegant. But you still hear it clamoring around, as if his presence is still there.
Never changes.
No, he doesn't. Much like my other stubborn cousins. Except Adran, I never know what he's doing. One minute he's making a breakthrough discovery on revival, and the next he's making a giant kobold out of a bunch of smaller ones.
What?
That doesn't surprise me.
Me either, then they're Sovalis.
I'm sorry, Zach, but that reminds me of that fucking D&D story of the kobold that has the wish scroll and just wishes candle.
Oh, it's a mood.
And, and the part... it was just like... I don't know if you guys ever heard that one, but it was a fucking trip.
What happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
Just he just wished for candle.
He wished for candle, and all of a sudden the cavern that the party was in started to like eke out of existence, and everything just turned red, and then the party saw a really bright ass light, and then they realized that they were standing on top of a fucking massive kobold's head, and atop the kobold's head was a massive candle that was lit.
What?
I love it. New encounter has been planned.
What?
But anyway, so you have information. You know what Sedona's asking of you. What would you like to do? The town is yours.
I will do as my master commands me.
Don't mind him. Lady Reyes was very odd.
Sounds like it.
If you met her, you would have killed her yourself.
Oh. She sounds wonderful then.
She takes another sip of her drink, and she's like, most of her bastards are more pleasant than herself. Anyways, I have business to attend to, and so do you. Because I can already smell the arcane power being poured again. She just goes upstairs, but she doesn't seem like she is, like, in a hurry to get there.
Are you done sucking on my hand?
What? Freaking cat.
It's actually less sucking and more he chomped down on my hand.
Oh, good.
Mm.
So, she said your name was Janik, right?
Yes.
What do you know about these assassins?
They're assassins. And they're in town. Not much more than that, I have to be honest.
Really quick, Zach.
Yes.
So, what these assassins are they after? Fuck! I keep forgetting her name. They're after the female. Of
Yes, the donut.
Yeah, they're after Sedona specifically, right?
Yes.
With permission, may I make a suggestion?
Yes.
I'm saying this to the party.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
As we are searching for assassins, these assassins are after Lady Sedona, would it not be best to first investigate around the embassy to ensure that they have not set up any reconnoiter patrols? The assassin will always case their target before they go and actually strike.
That's true.
Well, the good ones, anyways.
I mean, if they've been found out this early, I don't think they're quite good ones.
Well, there's always a luck element.
Never underestimate the luck of a chronic dumbass.
Very true.
Well,
Investigate?
I can always try being incognito, trying to sneak around and catch them unawares.
Making such a remark, but do you intend to blend in with your entourage?
He just looks at all the rats, just kind of like the rat equivalent of just T-posing. I suppose they might make it a little bit difficult. Although I could use them potentially as spies. Can I try to convince them using Speak with Animals to just scatter to look for people acting suspicious?
Okay, after you can easily do that. I must roll for rat
Oh, God.
at disadvantage because you just told them to look for suspicion. You don't know what suspicious is to a rat. Well, it doesn't matter. They rolled a natural 19 twice.
Rat19.com.
So they really disperse. And they're gone for a considerable amount of time. I'm going to say 20, 25 minutes. And you're kind of just walking around, meeting your new interesting allies, and they begin slowly just coming back again, until the whole horde just kind of descends upon you.
Mm-hmm.
And they convey that they found one person of particular interest that was in the immediate vicinity of the embassy. And they remarked that it did not look fleshy, and you know that means it did not look human. But it didn't look fancy or tough, so not a dwarf, an elf, or a human.
Good job. And I just take out another big chunk of cheese and start spreading it between them.
Okay.
Oh dear. How unhygienic.
Now where
Make a perception or medicine check.
me?
Ooh.
Veva.
While he's doing that, Rathus is just gonna say it's cleaner than some of the people I've seen.
You just look with your elven eyes and just home in like a fucking laser. These rats, albeit they are unsightly creatures, are pristine. You guys just saw him, go from his normal, very rigid movements to just his neck looks immediately downward and locks in.
Beep, 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 beep.
Pretty much. Target acquired. Rat to be vanquished. But yes, you find out they are rather clean, which is rather odd.
Heat-seeking servant.
And the horde is going forward away from you a bit and looking back, and then going forward a bit more.
I think they want us to follow them.
Yes.
So you follow the horde of rats?
Yes.
So now the people that you've been terrorizing are even more confused. The guards are like, we have to put up with this, I guess.
There's just a fucking swarm of rats just going around messing with people.
There's a-
Climbing all over them.
Hold on a second. I just thought of two different things.
What?
Okay, first off, this has got to look freaking bizarre because you have the equivalent of a Skaven and two dark elves walking behind this massive ass swarm of rats. And the second thing that I thought of is that rats drag their genitals on the ground, so they leave a trail of pee wherever they go.
Yeah.
And this is an absolute massive swarm of them.
If you were to, if we're going off the swarm rules, it's two entirely different swarms of rats that have just congealed.
Yes.
So with that knowledge now, Rathus is definitely using prestidigitation to make sure his feet stay clean.
Did you guys not know that
No.
about rats and mice?
I kept 2 rats and yet I didn't know that.
I mean, it kind of makes sense, but
So they do lead you, and they then begin to disperse and hide behind objects.
When they start doing that, can I try to do that as well?
Yes, you may, fucking master of stealth.
While casting Pass Without Trace.
Oh,
Sure.
God.
Yeah. Okay. Because I trust in the wisdom of the rats.
Do you say anything to us?
Oh God!
Do
Is
you
that
say
one
anything to us?
35?
Like hide or
I
anything?
just kind of point at the rats hiding, and then just kind of make the shushing.
So you cast Pass Without
Thing.
Trace, right?
Yes.
That's a 35.
Yeah.
Can I
Okay,
try and roll
so
stealth as well?
Yes, you.
Since we're within
I-
30 feet of him?
I will attempt this as well.
Hold on, I gotta jack the number up.
It's 10 plus whatever your stealth is, actually.
Janik just out of existence.
You become
Okay, so-
one.
Oh, goddamn. That tyranny kicked in and he's just gone even worse.
Gone.
I'm sad now because I have the highest modifier of all of you.
So,
Did you
Viva.
have the plus 10?
With a
27.
plus 10, it's a 27.
I got a 35. You got.
I rolled a frickin' 10.
Okay, so how this work? Vival, you slink into the shadows with ease, not noticing that Rathis is right above you, on a barrel looking around the corner. One with the shadows, almost blending in by a faint bit of shadow that's wisping around. Janet. A bit of your rat horde congeals and makes itself look like a pile of fruit. You become one of the fruit. Ever seen that one episode of it's basically a very common trope where they just kind of hide among dolls, and their head's still poking out?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh, God.
So it's exactly that. So, everyone is indeed in stealth. You destroyed their passive perception and any hopes of perceiving you.
Just fucking. I am one with the shadows.
Oh.
Fucking. Okay, so there's two.
Rogue
frickin-
party, rogue party, rogue party.
I found two gifts that are absolutely hilarious that would fit this perfectly. Okay, so my character rolling stealth. Jason's and Jess's characters rolling stealth.
Pretty much.
Oh, God.
I just had the freaking rats do the Megazord into a freaking pile of fruit.
Pretty much. So, if I can get perception checks from everyone here.
Okay, perception.
Excuse me.
It's not bright sunlight, right?
It's the month of Rotfall. You guys are in pretty much darkness.
Oh, I'm blind. I am a pile of fruit.
What? Are
You
you
got a nat 1. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Rathis.
a nat 1 and then a nat 2 and then actual good roll?
So,
Barely any modifier, but actual good roll.
So how this works out, Janik, your schemer
Mhm.
comes out and it's pretty much just bonking your face with its face, demanding pets. Viva, you take a step and you almost step on a rat. So you were looking at the ground at the moment you were supposed to be looking around. Rathis, unbothered and unfucking hinged almost. With your elven eyes, you spot a very odd humanoid figure, but it's hanging along the wall, climbing like a lizard would. And you see it, like, approach the window, and it peeks in.
So, question: as it's climbing on the wall, unless it's already gotten in,
It's just looking into the window right now.
can I try to cast sleep?
How does that work again?
I mean, like,
Did you say sleep?
Yes.
Are you targeting the air above so that you don't hit the rats? Because otherwise, that's going to be a lot of hit points that you have to go through before you hit him.
I am targeting the thing on the wall.
Because
It's,
yeah,
it's a big blast of.
it's like a fireball. Yeah.
Oh. Then
So are you
probably-
just trying to go for that one person in
Yeah.
particular?
You can target a space that you can see, which you can target a space in the air because you can see it, and then you just kind of do the sleep bomb. And then the way that it works is you roll the amount of dice, and that you subtract whatever you roll from the health of whatever is in the blast radius, and it goes from the lowest up.
So
If you say roll like a 22 for a sleep bomb, and there's something that has 4 hit points, 16 hit points, and another thing with 16 hit points, it'll go from the lowest first, so it would take the 4, and then it would subtract that from the total that you rolled, and then it would go up to the 16.
one of them, yeah.
And then one of them would fall asleep, but then the other one would be unaffected because it doesn't go over his hit points.
Yeah, and
I rambled on there. I hope that you understood what I
Oh, yeah, I
meant
did.
when I.
yeah, no, you
So-
did.
With it.
That was
Roll
pretty much.
5d8, please.
Don't add spell attack, right?
Nope, just 5d8.
Okay.
I freaking love this spell, by the way, because it's such a high amount of sleep
Okay.
damage usually.
So you see the figure begin to, like, waver a bit, and then let's go.
Because he's a bard, it's also very soft, comforting violin music doing it too.
And he fell to the ground from about 15 feet up, so I have to roll to see if he'll wake up from that. He did not. He got a natural 1. On advantage, twice.
Wow.
Okay, so there is a verbal component to that. So,
He does break stealth.
mhm.
I don't know. He's just on a bed
So-
now, fully visible.
Pretty much that shadow that you were hiding in is now gone, and there's this passed out humanoid figure in front of you guys, about 10 feet away.
I would like to approach him.
Okay. Still slumbering.
I'll stay in stealth for now.
Do I see what it is?
So you see a very odd humanoid that has chitinous skin that covers its entire body almost. But you see its hands are coated in very fine small hairs that it was using to climb like a lizard.
Or a spider.
Do I know what this is?
Roll history or arcana, your choice. You do not recall. These things do seem familiar to you. However, you're not sure from where.
I am going to tie this thing up.
Okay. easy enough to do.
Okay. So,
What's your passive
Thing-
perception, Vevoth? What's everyone's passive perception right now?
A 12.
16.
14.
No one sees
16.
this. Let me look up stats real quick. Do. Does an 18 hit you, Vevoth?
Yes.
Okay, what's the damage on this? You take 11 damage.
Okie doke.
Let's see, Rathis. Does a 17 hit your armor class?
Currently, yes. Because I don't know about the whole question I have.
Actually, was she still in stealth?
Rathis, no.
She broke stealth to cast the spell.
Ah,
And your armor class would be 10 plus Dex plus Charisma
Oh!
if you're armored.
Okay, yeah, then it's an 18 then. No, it didn't. 17 does not hit.
You got a warning shot then.
Did
And
they-
please roll initiative.
oh, they didn't beat my 35.
No, they don't know yet. You're fine.
I will put my piece on the board and initiative. Hey, that's a pretty decent roll. Doot. Hmm.
Bad drawing time, but you know what? It works.
Draw fine.
Okay, so let me open something.
Why does this only say a +5? I should have a +1 to hit on this. Wait a minute. Ah, here it is. +1. There we go. I was just fixing my... I haven't used it in a while. Hmm?
Why does what say you have a +5 when you should have a +1?
Oh, no. I have a +5 to hit with my sling, but then I have the +1 sling that I got from the spiders. And it still said I had a +5 instead of a +6. And it's just because I didn't put in the...
You didn't put in the +1.
Yeah.
Where is the tied up boy?
It's the one with the little passed out thingy on its... whatever. The one closest to you guys. It has a little like thingy in the corner, but yeah.
So, that means I was up here then.
Yes.
I probably would have been by these crates or something. Whatever these are, barrels and crates. What is the range on this? Oh, good. And this was Kind of long. It'd be fine
Okay,
though.
so combat order is Assassin 1, Vev, Wrath, Assassin 2, Assassin 3, Jonic.
Wait, what? I rolled
Combat
the
order-
highest.
What'd you get?
I got a 15.
You know, the Assassin 1 got a 21, the other dude got a 20.
Wait, did you list my name last?
He did.
Oh, my bad. Oh,
I was really
didn't
confused.
remember that.
I'm like, wait, I
You
thought I rolled the
listed
highest out
my
of all.
name second, and I got really, really confused because I'm
Hold
like,
up. I thought it was Vevoth that got the high initiative. That is my bad.
Okay.
So I can switch some of y'all.
I mean, if you want me to go second, then
So
that's
combat
fine.
order is now as follows: Assassin 1, Jonic, Rathus, Assassin 2, Assassin 3, then it's Vev. So
Okay.
Assassin 1 is this one over... Oh wait, wrong thing. Bink. It's that one.
This one.
So it's going to turn a little bit, and it's going to attempt to shoot you again with its hand crossbow. A 3
What
does
do you
not
shoot
hit
at?
you.
What did you shoot me with before?
A crossbow bolt.
Does he have the feat that allows him to reload as a bonus action?
Yes.
Ooh.
I made these enemies. They are a bit of homebrew, but they're using some of the base stats as other stuff. But anyways,
They got feats. And
that is
hands.
his turn. Next up is Jonic.
Okay, so the rats have kind of scattered a bit. Can I have them? Would they be able to congeal enough, other than the ones that I'm hiding behind? I would
To
assume, like,
command them in battle, you have to use a charge from the necklace.
okay, that's what I was thinking of doing. What was it? 2 charges?
If you want to use both rat swarms, yes.
But it was what I meant is to use one.
One charge to command one rat swarm.
You know what? For now, I'll allow the rats to stay. They're all kind of hidden right now, right?
Yeah, I'll put those to the side then.
All right, I'll leave them hidden for now as a backup plan.
So no charge used?
Not for now, no.
Okay.
Does that use an action or bonus action, or is it a free action?
To just command them as a free action.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind, can I keep that as like a held free action?
To order them? To do what?
To order.
Oh my goodness, that is a chunk.
Yeah.
In
That
case
looks
I.
like- That looks like the fucking Chuck E. Cheese mouse went to the gym.
Oh, God.
What I'm wondering is if I want to use them like later in the turn order.
So they kind of just roll their own initiative when there's something.
Oh, okay, okay. For now, I'll leave.
Or you can just have it be right after your turn.
Okay. Let's see. Detect. Destroy water. Speak with animals. What would the
So
best?
So you do it optionally instead of one or the other?
For what now?
For things that are under player control, you don't do one or the other, you just kind of let the player choose whether it rolls its own initiative or...
Yeah, it's like, do you want it just to be right after you, or do you want it to have its own little turn?
Hmm.
It saves me a lot of time rolling it into initiative and messing up my own initiative order.
Let's see. So, if I were to come out and attack right now, it would be a surprise turn, right?
Yes.
Can I hold my turn until later? Because I want to see how things play out.
Okay. So now it is... Assassin... No, it's Rathus. It's Rathus.
So, he is going to
What are you doing?
cast Dissonant Whispers on long range right here.
And it is a wisdom save.
Yep.
Do
Oh god, his spell save. Oh shit.
Does a 15 beat it?
Give me 1 second. I forgot all about that because I'm an idiot. Okay. 8
I'm a
proficiency. Yes.
He beats it.
Yep, just barely.
Does he take no damage or half damage?
Half damage, but doesn't have to run away from me.
Okay, roll.
It was a 3d6. If I remember.
It's kind of like a mini fear status.
So yeah, takes 7 divided by 2. That's about 3.
Round up or down?
Down.
So 3.
Okay, 3.
Okay, so you begin whispering this discordant melody, and you just see him kind of grimace as one of the blood vessels in his eye pop. Is that your turn? Do you wish to move? Do you want to go over there? Do you want to go over there? Do you want to be exotic?
Oh god, I have to hit select.
Would you like to run directly straight up?
That's an option, kind of.
15. About right there.
Okay, easy enough. So,
Like-
next up in the order. There it is. Assassin 2. Which is a poor, unfortunate soul that's knocked out. Can you make a turn? Can you make, let's see this. Blow within range. Okay, so he's still asleep.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
no save. Just
I don't know if-
lasts until he wakes up.
So you just hear a slow snoring begin to happen. Then there's Assassin 3, which is the dude back over here. He's going to move forward. He's going to strike.
Mace?
Huh?
You had him go in a straight line.
Yeah.
I get an attack for opportunity on him.
I thought only when he leaves your combat circle.
When he enters my zone of control and then moves again, then you can attack of opportunity.
I think that's actually not rules as written.
That is rules as written.
You sure? I've seen different people say that it's like only if you leave the.
Do.
Because I saw a homebrew feat that explicitly made it so that if someone moved within your area of action, it would trigger attack of opportunity, which would imply that it wouldn't if you didn't have the feat.
Do. Let's see, page 193 of the Player's Handbook.
When a hostile creature that you see moves out of your reach. And a fire burns constantly watching to strike an enemy who is fleeing or passing by. Can avoid, provoke, security.
Well, roll 20 shows it as being leaving
Same here.
the
You make an
thing.
opportunity attack against a hostile creature that you see that moves out of your reach.
I've always thought it was fine either way. It's just different ways of doing it, but
An opportunity attack described later in this chapter, blah blah blah. Okay, where Where is it? Am I blind? Okay, actions in combat. Attack. Okay, there's no mention of opportunity attack in there. There's cast a spell, dash, disengage, dodge, help, hide, ready, search, use an object.
It's after range.
After range attack?
Yeah, after range. It's pretty much right after melee attacks and before 2-weapon fighting.
Huh. I guess I've been playing with 4th edition rules, because I could swear that 4th and 3rd edition, as well as 2nd and 1st edition, have all had it to where if they enter the zone of control and then move within your zone of control, you attack with opportunity.
Didn't it used to be that entering alone was enough to trigger attack of opportunity?
Back in the older editions, yes.
That might be where you get that holdover from.
Okay, so I'm not on crack then. But anyways, he enters your space, and he is going to attack twice with his short sword.
You gave these things multi-attack for level 3.
We're level 3 and we're down a barbarian.
It is time to panic. Only one of them hits! And it's just barely from what I assume your armor class is, because he got like an 8.
I'm sorry, can you repeat what you said? Because you went all robotic and then your mic stopped picking up.
Yeah, same.
Is it turned up all the way?
It did
I think it-
fine for me.
Maybe it was an internet hiccup?
Maybe. But he got a natural 1 on his first attack. And then a
A
19 on the
natural 1?
Yes.
Okay.
So he
And the second
swings.
attack?
It did hit. I'm assuming it did hit. I don't know your armor class. I'm assuming it's high. And he got a 19 on a second.
A 19 on the second attack? Yeah, that hits me.
You take 3 damage.
Whoa!
You know you're joking around like this, but that is exactly half the amount of health that I had left.
Wow.
Hey.
So,
Flashbacks to Tobias.
Oh god.
So,
No, Tobias was worse.
has everyone had their turns already? Or is anyone...
Right now, it should be Vevov's turn.
I'd like to take my turn before it's the end of the order,
Okay, what would you like to do?
just so I don't have to do my turn and then my turn again.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I'm going to go ahead and have... Is it possible to use the rats to get flanking, or do the rats not count for flanking?
They count for flanking. However, they're
Okay.
scattered around, and I get to roll their position to where it would be on the map.
Okay. I'd like to try and... I would assume that they're around this kind of area, right? Like around me, kind of just scattered.
Yes.
I'd like to try and get them to all get around and behind this one.
So you point at an area, I get to roll for rat intelligence.
Do I get a surprise attack on them from being in stealth?
I mean, your rats sure as shit do.
Oh god.
They got a nat 20 on figuring out where you wanted them to go. And that 20, and what is it? Let me look up the rat swarm stats again. I know it's a minus something.
Okay, and now that's a...
That is
Where?
a bonus action to summon the swarm. Do you want them to roll their own initiative or go right after your turn?
I'm fine with them going right after my turn, although that's kind of complicated when...
Yeah, how it's going to work right now is when your actual turn, not your held.
I see. Fair enough. Then yeah, it's fine if they just go right after my turn.
So that was your bonus action to summon Horde of Rat.
Horde of rat. We're the rats. Now, I would like to do... on this guy, although I'm going to have to move up... Oh, wait, no, this guy. Yeah. I'm going to go... Yeah, as I just throw a rock using my sling. Which, hold on, actually, before I do, let me check to see if... Was Magic Stone a bonus action? Or was it a free action? I think it was a bonus action.
Magic Stone, I believe, is a bonus action.
Okay. Well, I'm going to leave off using Magic Stone this turn. And I'm just going to take... I'm assuming there's, like, rocks just all over the place. It's
Oh yeah,
just,
this is
a random back alley.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick up, a good handful of rocks. I'm going to put one in my +1 sling. I'm going to go, yeah, as I throw one at this guy.
Roll the hit,
Using my sling.
and since you were in stealth, you do get advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll damage on sling.
Yeah. That's pretty good.
Okay.
Wait, why is it plus... What was the +3 from?
Your
Actually-
dex.
Ah, yeah. There you go.
So you take 6 damage.
He gives, not takes.
I just smacked myself in the head with it.
So you twirl, swing around a bit, then whap! The rock goes gliding and it hits him right in the square in the throat, and he's kind of gasping for air right now.
Internet is cutting it.
Aw. Turn my voice sensitivity down.
Internet cut out. All I heard was you swing, hit, square, gasp.
He hit him square in the
Whatever.
throat. Can hear, can no hear?
I can hear.
I can hear as of right now.
Okay. But you hit him square in the throat and he is gasping for air.
So, now I get movement, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna go scurry. Wait, okay, that's the farthest. Wait, actually, hold on. What was my movement? It's further than 30 feet. 35 feet. Okay. Scurry, and I'm gonna be there.
Okay.
So, doot. And I'm gonna go at this guy over here.
So now it should be Vefoth's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna draw my short sword, and while he's gasping for air, I'd like to stab him in the throat.
Since you're flanking with Rat Swarm, that is an ally. Advantage. That sure as shit hits. Okay.
I forgot to put the type of damage, so it's just 6.
You did 6. 6 what? 6.
Okay, but that's not all, because I get my sneak attack bonus.
Oh, yeah, you did
6.
How do you want to do this?
You did unknowable damage.
How do you want to deaden him? Or do you want to do it non-lethally?
Just freaking rock flies out of the freaking alley from the side. He smacks him in the throat. He's like, ah!
And then the guy who he just stabbed fucking just stabs him through the throat.
Is that how you would like to do it?
Yeah, I said that I was gonna stab him in the throat.
So you stab him in the throat and it goes in and through his neck like butter. You sever his spinal cord and he falls limp. So, after that, it is Assassin 1's turn.
I am not done.
Oh,
Whoa.
panic.
That sounds so much like a threat.
It was.
I'm not done.
I use my movement to move here. And I'm going to use my cunning action to try to hide.
Go for it. Roll me that sweet, sweet stealth check.
And the Janek is still concentrating on Pass Without Trace, right?
I'm within 30 feet of you. Yes.
You have not gotten hit either.
Oh shit, hold on. That's a 29. I forgot to switch it off of.
Advantage, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you are thoroughly sure that you are stealth. You see the rock fade into shadow.
You guys just see him like he drew his sword. He was getting ready to fight the guy, and then just rock comes flying. Yeah, and the rats congeal, and then he's just like, "Now's my chance." Stab and run.
Run away! You're just playing as friggin' Jonathan Joestar.
So this,
Secret family technique.
is that your turn now?
Yes, now I'm done.
So, Jonic, the person just sees you burst out of nowhere and he's going to attack you with his hand crossbow.
Okay.
Does a natural 20 hit?
Yes!
Do. How much damage does this do? You take a whopping, get ready for this, 5 damage.
Ah!
Horrible.
You got 2 plus 1.
Plus the dex.
Yeah, that his dex is plus 1. In Assassin 1, pretty much almost aimed for a lethal shot, but it gleamed off you because he misjudged how tall you are, Ratman.
No. You know what it is? I'm wearing kind of like normalish clothing, but I'm really skinny. So he aimed for like a lung shot, but he actually just hit the side of the actual side of my body, just barely hitting me.
It is Assassin 1, and the rest of his turn and free action, he's just going to look at his hand crossbow and look at you. So you did get damage. I would like a con save for your spell concentration.
Okay.
Not very high.
It's against 10 or the amount of damage that you took, whichever one's higher.
Why am I not? Oh, con.
My
Okay.
God.
You pass. You're still focusing on the congealing shadows that are hiding your friends. Next up, I believe, is Rathis.
Wait, is it? Wait.
Oh, my bad. I forgot about the rat storm. That is my bad.
Wait, also my turn.
I am out of it today.
This is what happens when you hold your turn, Jason.
Everything goes to hell.
Shit.
So,
I
Zonic's turn 2.0.
I think it was Assassin 1 and then me, right?
Yeah, it was
Yep.
Assassin 1, then you, then
Did it.
Rax. I think the
Let's
other
see.
one was asleep?
Yeah, Assassin 2 is asleep.
I'll let the rats do whatever it is they're doing. Okay, so I can. Does Magic Stone have concentration? No. Okay. Bonus action, Magic Stone.
Okay.
Because I don't think it has concentration. Pretty sure it doesn't. Doesn't look like it does.
doesn't.
I'm just gonna. 3 of the stones that I'm carrying, I will. I should probably start just carrying rocks around with me in case I ever run into a situation where there are no rocks. Anyway, 3 of the rocks are now magic, and I'm gonna yeet.
Roll see hit.
I'm gonna yeet a stone with my +1.
If something ever goes bad, Jason, just
Mm.
know that with your rat swarm, you could yeet a rat at the enemy.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a horrible thought. Yeah, that hits. That certainly hits.
Man, my rolls have been good. Jesus. Wait, that's. Wait a minute. If someone else attacks with a
What now?
You're good.
does it not add anything? Does this only add damage? Magic Stone.
No, you use your spellcasting modifier on the attack. So, you use your wisdom modifier
16.
and not your dex.
My wisdom modifier?
Yeah, you use your wisdom modifier and not your dex for the attack.
Okay, so I actually rolled a 24?
Jesus Christ. Fucking hits.
I think?
Yes.
Your wisdom modifier at.
It's a +2.
It's lower than your dex.
Oh, are you saying it doesn't add on to it?
No,
Okay, it replaces it. Okay, so then it would have been a 21 actually. Still, I'm assuming 21 hits.
Oh, fuck yeah, it does. Roll damage on that.
Yeah. That should be in addition to the 1d6. So that, and now I have to roll 1d6 plus 2.
that's not in addition to with the 1d6. You do 1d6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
Is that how that works?
Yep.
I think that's...
Whenever I play a druid that has magic stone, I have a sling stat, and then I have a sling magic stone stat for this reason.
Yeah, I have to figure that out. So it's not 7, I guess.
Roll 1d6 and your spellcasting ability modifier, whatever that is.
It's
Would
your
it still
wisdom
be-
plus your proficiency, I think.
Would it still be
So-
+1?
Yes, because it's a +1 sling.
So that's so it's a 1d6 plus 3, I think.
What's wisdom plus your proficiency should be 4.
So it
Wisdom
should be-
is 2.
Your proficiency bonus is 2. So then
Plus
you
2.
add the 1, so that's 5. So it's 1d6 plus 5.
Fucking
Gotcha.
Jonic. Fucking him up, Jonic.
Okay, I need to save this. 1d6 plus 5.
So, you hit him very hard in the eye socket. He recoils intensely in pain as is looking very flighty. Do you wish to move at all?
I wish to move. I'm gonna move there and be like,
Okay.
eh. Wait, actually. So that's anywhere here. I am gonna move here. I can do that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Whoop. Doot. And let's go.
It is now your rat swarm's turn. You didn't really command them to do anything, and they're just going to assume kill. They're gonna go over here, and they're gonna squeeze in the space right here for the rest of their movement.
Do they take up 4 spaces or do they only take up 1? Oh, it's because it's a double. Okay.
It's pretty much just a medium, but I'm just doing this for comedy effect.
Plus, it is 2 swarms, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a largened. And they're going to...
It's embiggened.
Yes. It is going to bite them.
With the force of what, 64 mouths?
Yeah. Oh. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Oh no. See, it's 2d6. Oh. And how much is that plus? Plus 2 to hit. So you see the swarm just envelop him. And a moment passes by, and they leave the space, and there's nothing left but bone.
Wow.
They dealt 16 damage to a target that had 8 health.
Oh.
So the guy is still knocked out and tied up.
I am gonna go over there and make sure the rat swarm does not fucking eat him.
They're full.
Okay.
So you guys are now outside of combat. What would you guys like to do?
And he is tied up?
Yes, he is.
Cool. Just clarifying that. This guy's dead.
I would like to, seeing as how I am very thoroughly blooded,
Oh. I know a thing.
can I stop my bleeding by using one of my handkerchiefs?
Yes, you can.
Is that going to be a medicine roll on myself? Or is that just me cleaning myself up?
It's cleaning yourself up and more or less making a makeshift bandage. So you stop your own bleeding.
Can I go over upon seeing him just spurting blood and then trying to staunch it with a handkerchief?
Have?
How much health does my character have?
Left?
Total or left?
Total.
18.
You're getting a healing word. From Rathus, at least.
Can I try to assist him in just stopping him from dying?
Mawiri has the most health points.
Huh? Who had the most health?
I just
Mawiri.
realized.
Mawiri has the lowest hit points.
Has the highest.
Except Maria's not here.
Huh? I know, but I just checked. She has the highest hit point.
At 27?
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, why does
She's
Why does the
died then.
barbarian? Why does the barbarian not have more hit points?
Draconic bloodline sorcerer, y'all.
There's a reason I look at Toph. You want to know it? If I took it as a feat, what her HP would jump to? At the very least, at level 4, she would have 60 if I took Toph.
Just strong.
She's got a 7 in strength, but you know, she could have 60 HP. But Rathus is tied with her at 27 as well.
Okay.
Okay, so Rathus used Healing Word on Vivoth.
Yes.
Also, I shared you a new character sheet for Rathus.
Oh.
When everyone writes stuff down. I forgot about that.
Upon it being healed by you, Vivoth bows slightly and says, "Thank you." But
Can I try casting Detect Poison or Disease to make sure that they haven't poisoned him?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
after that spell is being done cast, you do not notice any poison within Vathoth, Rathus, or any of the other people. You do find small little gatherations of poison in the form of vials within the persons of the two assassins.
So, I'm gonna go over to this one. Has this one been picked completely clean, or is there still like
They ate all the flesh.
the personal okay, so the personal effects are still there. I'm going to kind of like get grossed out because just skeleton, but I'm gonna like pick through anything that remains. Was the poison showing up?
Yes, you do. You find 3 vials of poison.
Okay.
may I rifle through both of these guys' pockets?
Yes, you may. I'm making the handout right now.
Are they all chitinous?
No, just the one.
Are these other 2 drow, or are they like humans or something?
The other one of them is a half-elf, and the other one is a human.
Which is the one that just got skeletonized?
That was the human.
Okay.
He is now Skeletor.
Yeah. My bones have been exposed, Demon.
Oh. I mean, it could be worse.
How old is Abe's dad?
That is a very, very freaking random question
Yeah.
to ask right now.
Yes, I need this information.
That feels very ominous as well.
It is.
Ooh.
I require information.
Oh no.
Mostly because I feel like I can ask you guys and you wouldn't metagame.
I'm sorry. I just fucking found something stupid.
The fucking has begun, human.
Oh god, I love it.
That was the bomb. He just goes and ties up this chitinous creature, and then he just immediately gets shot with frickin' crossbow bolts. Okay, so Abe's dad is... Let's see, Abe is like 22. Or is he 20? I need to go look.
What in his? Would he be in his 40s or 50s?
Okay, so Abe is 22, so his father is 38.
He was.
And his mother is Yep, and his mother is 36.
Yeehaw, I click show to players.
Kittens have layers.
Oh. 30, that's old.
Say Donna. Drow practice blood mage recommended approach necromancy anti-magic. Tiefling. Female, pink, age 30, thief approach hidden assassination.
Wait.
Kiri, young twink, recommended approach illusion of magic away from city. Ikiri, question mark, age 38. Nozen, surrounded by people, recommended poison location, central death spire, blighted spring. Okay,
Oh,
interesting.
I gotta ask you a question, Zach.
Yes.
I'm going to take a wild guess on the pink tiefling one.
I'll message you.
Yeah. Because if so, there's some problems. Okay.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
How did you spell assassination right, but misspell assassin?
I lock onto the word ass, then after that I stop caring. These weren't very well educated assassins, is what I'm going with.
They were just scrawled really hastily and just rough as hell. Say Donna, Drow practiced blood mage. Necromancy question mark anti-magic. Well, I think we know who the tiefling is. I don't know what it's by why they have Ikiri posted twice. Hmm.
Ow. You chomped me. How dare you chomp me? Ow! Ow! You just chomped me.
You can find a second thing, which is a map, and it has a path outside of the city along a nearby canal. And if you guys would like, you can investigate them further.
Sure.
Roll me that sweet investigation check.
Okay, let me see what this investigation is. Oh.
So wait, are we investigating the bodies?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
This is including the living one, too.
This one right here, I'd like to strip completely naked, rifling through everything that he has.
Okay, so in regards to that one person, you have advantage.
It's an investigation
Yep.
and not perception.
Yep, because you're rifling through his stuff. Okay, so you find a rather large black vial, and you don't have to roll to identify the poison. This is Night Stalker poison. It's pretty much 2d6 poison. It deals more damage if it is put into someone's food.
Okay, give me 1 second.
So, I rolled an 11 on investigating Skeleton Man.
You find 25 silver and a small emerald that is worth 50 gold.
And Rathus rolled a 19. Probably on the one tied up.
So you go through that one and you find 15 gold and rolling. Where is it? There we go. Oh, you find 3 potions of healing.
Oh, yay.
You got lucky. That was a D4.
So, additional question.
Additional answer.
The one that I just stripped naked,
Yes.
what kind of armor was he wearing?
It was. Where was it? There you are. It was studded leather armor.
Take.
See, yoinky.
And
It is stylized to be a very dull gray.
he also had a single short sword.
Yes.
Is that weapons that he had on him?
He had a short sword and a hand crossbow and 10 bolts. However, the hand crossbow doesn't look like it's been fired very often, which from what you would assume to be a preference. Or maybe he just wasn't well trained in it.
Do.
And I'll be back. I have to use the bathroom.
Freaking bass boost sound when he put the mic down.
No, that was the mic falling. I'm sorry.
How dare you.
I'm sorry.
Dort,
Yes?
with the magic stone. Well, I'm trying to. Was it a +6 to hit or a +5? It was a +5, right?
+5, yes.
And that's including the +1 from my sling. I think that means it's normally a +4. Yeah, my spell attack bonus is a +4. That makes sense. And then I get a +1 from the sling.
Well, now I have a second short sword.
Well, that's good.
I really need to look at the things that I have and change the shit.
Hello.
Why does it change everything when I freaking change one thing? It fucks everything else up. That was an extremely fast bathroom run. Did you just, go and pee in a bucket?
He's always so fast.
You are aware that, in my apartment, if I walk over the couch, it literally takes me a minute.
And my room is across the hall from the bathroom. But
It's
it still
quite
takes...
literally a 10-second walk from me.
Zach's
When I
just-
say across the hall, I mean it is literally 2 feet from my door to the bathroom door. Then again, at the same time, I normally take a little bit longer going to the bathroom. Just because when I go, I'm a bit of a clean freak. So I get
Meanwhile, I speedrun everything, and I just like wet my hands, throw some soap on there, give up on life, then put hand sanitizer on.
You freaking seen me go to the restroom over at Angela's house? How long
Dort,
I take?
Dort, my IRL dump stat is wisdom. And I don't know what my proficiency stat is or my spellcasting modifier, so I think it's probably either maybe intelligence +1 or charisma, not entirely sure.
Okay, so I have a question on the Night Stalker poison.
Yes.
How many doses?
It is 3 doses. The DC is 14.
You see, this kind of poison is way better than the fucking poison that the player's handbook has as the fucking one that you can just buy, because it's DC 10 and it doesn't do damage. It just inflicts the poison condition on an enemy.
So they must make a con save. If passed, half damage and not poisoned. If fail, full damage and poisoned. That's if it is applied to a weapon. If ingested, even if it's just 1 dose, the damage goes up to 46.
Ignore that.
So I have a question.
I have an answer.
If I were to just stick a rock in one of the vials of poison and just keep it in there, could I just retrieve it at will and then use the rock as a weapon in my sling?
Yes, you can. It is a poisoned magical stone.
You know something that you could do?
Mm.
Or rather, there is something that I just thought of that's a little fucked up, but I actually kind of want to do it.
Mm.
Do I happen to have a spare bag?
Yes.
Okay. This one right here that I stabbed through the neck
Yes.
and severed the spinal cord of, I would like to finish beheading him.
This pleases me, so you don't have to roll.
Okay, I am now going to put his head into my spare bag. I'm going to take my dagger and I'm going to stab it into the head, and I'm going to let it ferment.
Okay.
Wow.
So you guys begin to hear footsteps coming from here.
We hear footsteps coming from where?
Coming from where that arrow is going nuts.
I would like to,
Stealth?
I'd like to stealth right here and then peek around the corner. If that's
Okay.
with you.
Just roll me a stealth check.
I would like to stealth behind whatever this is that's in
Stealth
front of.
check, and you still have pass without a trace.
Yeah, which
That's a 24.
you
And
got
now
a
would you like
24.
the perception check to do a peek?
No, you don't have to. They're close enough. Plus, you have 120 foot like dark vision, so you're
Oh
well
no,
there.
I only got a 22. Or 21.
Rathis, are you hiding?
Rathis?
You lied?
No, I'm not hiding.
She's like. Or,
Okay, so you see 2 guards of Aranum in their very stark white armor beginning to approach at the hearing of a kerfluffle, and then sinew being ripped from a body. They are about right there, just barely.
So they're just city guards?
Yep, and they're slowly approaching. Since Rathus didn't roll stealth, they see Rathus and they're waving you down.
You just kind of
Can I-
back.
Can I roll something to determine if these people are really city guards or if they could be disguised assassins?
Roll insight. Roll insight, then roll history. Okay, so what you gather from those rolls. These are what look to be city guards, but you're like, okay. But wait a minute. According to some readings that you've read about this colony, Arandum is mostly home to predominantly human and ASMR populations. So why are the town's guard here high elves, which live on the other corner of this continent? Then you look at their armor. It is armor of the Watch of the City. But then you're like, why is the gauntlets... And then it hits you. These are definitely imposters. And you don't know their intention, but you know they're doing something suspicious and not in line.
Once I gather this information, can I stealthily move behind this, whatever the hell this is?
Yep. They get about here and stop and say, what is all this?
Give me 1 second. I have to Fandangle roll 20 real fast.
Ah yes, the fidangling.
Everything was off when I would click.
Everything is awesome?
Everything is up.
Probably not about to be, even though Rathus took no damage last fight.
Everything's not awesome.
Okay, is this better? Oh, okay, yeah, this is better. Okay. So what'd you say?
And they're like, what is all this?
Is there just a giant ass pile of rats still sitting there?
They're just like,
So Rathus is... Does oh no, he wouldn't see either of you disappear, would he?
nope.
No. So he's just gonna assume you two dipped then. You won't believe it. I was attacked by assassins.
Likely story, a random drow, 2 dead, everyone's like, nope, 3 dead bodies, a missing head, and a giant horde of rats. Disgruntled squeaking.
Can I roll persuasion?
What are you trying to persuade them, and what do you say?
That I'm 100% innocent, and that... I mean, they attacked me first. No, wait, no, not that. I'm sorry if the sunlight hurts my eyes, thus I walk in
It's
shadows.
Rotfall. It's Rotfall. It's dark.
How?
Maybe,
It's the day equivalent of Rotfall, so there's bright starlight out.
oh, okay. So, what he'll probably say is... Friend is doing a 404 error, hold on. Am I not allowed to defend myself when I am accosted by assassins?
Roll persuasion. See how this goes.
I did that wrong. Hold on. Hold on.
You just rolled a d20. I mean, if you had your modifiers to that,
Okay, hold on.
that's gonna be a good roll.
That would be 22. Because it's a +6.
They kind of look at each other, but we still have some explaining to do.
Like what?
One of them goes to your side and takes hold of your arm.
Can I start taking aim for one of their, for one of them? Not to. No, I'm not gonna throw just yet. I'm gonna try and stay incognito, but I'm gonna try and because I'm assuming I can hear all this, so I know they're there,
Okay.
right?
So, Rathus, make a quick acrobatics or athletics check because he's about to grapple you.
Oh my god, acrobatics. God damn it.
I hope you know you beat him by 1.
Oh, thank you.
So he goes to grab your arm, but you kind of just sidestepped him.
That dancer shit's just coming in handy.
Can I say that while this is all going on and I'm getting
You
prepared
only
to
one
throw,
in Dancer, right? Only one?
Yeah.
You only... Okay.
can I say that I dipped one of the rocks in the poison?
One of the what? Yeah, I thought you already said that.
Yeah.
You don't know what the poison does either, that's the best part.
Yep.
Can I go ahead and take a shot at the guard that attempted to grab a hold of...
Let me just put the tokens down real quick.
What are you shooting at them with?
a short bow?
Oh. Can I be... I was gonna say, I was gonna wait until, they're distracted with her dodging their attempts to grapple her, to just yeet a rock at one of their heads, and then duck back into cover.
1 second, we're planning bullshit.
Is there any more cover up here, or is this the only cover?
Let me just draw that in real quick.
And do you want me to roll my attack to hit this one right here?
1 second, Jess was planning something.
Yes, I am. Sorry.
So what are you gonna do?
As I am spinning out of the way, I'd like to... And I'm using air quotations here. Accidentally nick him.
Anywhere in particular?
Probably take out his legs.
We'll see if it hits.
What's the roll again? Because we haven't talked about this one.
It is a dex weapon, so it is your dexterity plus your proficiency.
Oh, okay.
And I message you the damage.
Okay, so does it hit?
That indeed does hit.
And for dex weapon damage, do you add their dexterity to it?
Yeah, to the roll. So it would be a d8 plus whatever your dexterity is.
And does he add the proficiency to the damage or no?
No, just the dexterity. So what you guys see, because this is just enough to do something cool, is that Rathus wears this very oddly segmented, kind of like a long robe almost, but it has 3 segments, one towards each leg, and one that is detached in towards the butt. He's hanging off about to his lower knees, and you didn't notice at first, but the ends, the trim of it is very shiny. You see him twirl, and one of those segmented parts hits the leg, and okay. And then it draws blood. And when you see that shiny part hit metal, which is the armor, you hear it clang like it was legitimately a blade. I have to make a... So you did decrease his movement a substantial bit. So what are you two doing?
I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at him now with my short bow.
Can I
Okay.
say that I'm doing this simultaneous? That I'm doing something simultaneously?
Are you going to use your sling?
Yes.
So both of you are stealth, so it's at advantage.
Can I say that I'm aiming for a specific part?
Yes, that might change the DC and/or armor class, depending.
Okay. I'm gonna be aiming for it. Okay, the one that she hit. Are they facing me or facing away?
They're facing her. So they're facing away from you. Like, let me go back to this.
Okay.
This one right here its back is turned to you.
I'm gonna try to aim for the. Basically, I'm trying to hit their Achilles heel. Their heel.
You're going for the
And-
leg.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try to aim for the opposite leg.
Okay, go for it. Both of you can roll your attacks at advantage.
And before I do this, the moment as long as I'm allowed to, I'll ask if I can. The moment that I yeet the stone, I wild shape into a rat, and then into the pile of rats I go.
Okay, so easy enough to do. You did break stealth, so they did see you. However, this is a surprise round.
So
The Raphis went, you went.
this might. I don't think it's gonna work
I
properly.
hit.
I don't know if that worked properly. Wait, that wasn't even a magic stone. I clicked the wrong thing.
Yes, you do hit Dwart.
Okay, so because I hit,
You get sneak attack.
Wait, we have
Better than
advantage.
better than that, he is surprised, so that hit is a critical hit.
Oh, that is nice. Roll damage on that.
Okay.
You might one-shot him.
I hope he goes down because I know what Rathus would say to the other one.
Okay, and now I roll my sneak attack double because it's a critical hit.
Yes. Yes.
So that's a 26.
How do you want to do this?
Head.
23. So
Hits in the head.
So you draw back your short bow. You don't even hear the bow or the string crack a little bit, or you don't hear that bit of tension. And you don't even hear the bow or the arrow fly past you. There's no sound. Just a silent bolt through the air. Not even the air. By some grace of a god, the air pressure and its density was lessened to aid you in the stealthiness of this attack. He's actually still standing, but he's dead.
So, was that the same one that I was aiming for?
Yes.
Okay, so he's just dead.
However,
So-
you can still, because of how quickly that happened, you can change target.
Cool. Okay. The other, I also didn't roll my hit to hit properly. I rolled the magic stone, but it's a non-magic poison stone. So it should be 1d. It should be 1d20.
1d20 plus your your spell attack modifier, which should be 4.
He's
It's-
using a non-magic stone.
Oh,
so
my bad. So,
That's what's throwing it off.
He's using his dex mod, so
so Dex mod plus your proficiency to hit. Plus whatever. Okay, so yeah, no, you
Okay.
fucking hit.
22.
So you're aiming for the other guy?
I was gonna say I'm aiming for the other guy's face.
Okay.
Just
So
his face. Well,
Now it's
if the helmet is, if any part of the helmet is exposed,
okay. So it is a d6 plus your wisdom modifier, or your spell attack, I think.
this is normal stone, so it'll just be the normal attack, which
Oh, my
would be
bad.
a 1d4 plus 1 plus 3.
So 1d4 plus 4.
Yes,
Hell
which
yeah.
is 7,
I'm
and then whatever poison damage or whatever the hell the poison I just hit him with is.
Oh. Roll a d4 for me. See which one you used.
Okay.
Oh, he has to make a very high DC save now. Oh, he failed. Oh, how much damage did that one do again? Oh, you might fuck this poor dude up. Full disclosure. Roll your D6 or your D4 of damage.
Wait, which is it?
You roll your because I rolled. How do you roll D4 to see what poison you used?
Hmm.
Notice. Well, you already have the damage right there. I'm blind. I'm blind. Don't mind me.
So it's the 7 plus whatever it is.
How do you want to do this? You want to know how much damage that poison did?
Okay.
It did 5d12.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Get it in his mouth.
I mean, I did hit him directly in the face.
So for flavor,
Nice.
you hit him with a rock. It bonks the eyes. It didn't do as much damage as you thought it would. It didn't burn to the eye like the last one. The poison you poured on the stone was blood red.
Mm.
You see his skin start to turn red, like you were in a very hot, like a hot tub for very long. So your skin's starting to make the blood go towards the surface. And then steam comes out of his eyes, in his mouth. You literally just set this man's blood on fire.
Oh my god! And I just look at the freaking poison that I dipped the rock in. I'm like, puts the cork back on.
No, you used it all because that was a full.
Oh, I used it. Oh, dang it! Oh well.
Muiri make a not Muiri. Rathis make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, okay, hold on. Dex save?
Yep.
Oh, I love how I don't have to change my modifiers ever. Come on.
You take half damage.
Oh,
From what?
So you take 4 damage, and as this man is now flash boiling, all the water from his body erupts in a 20-foot spear. It is not quiet.
D&D.
It is a very loud cackle or crackle and a pop.
oh,
Wait.
boy.
20 foot. Oh no. The unconscious man.
Oh. So you took. I said you took 4, right?
Yeah. So it'd be 8 damage.
You took 8 damage.
No, it would be. Wait, no, I only took 4. Sorry.
So he takes 8, and he is definitely awake, but bound.
I think it lasts for a minute anyway. So
Yeah, he was going to wake up sooner or later. So now you hear what you assume to be the real guard's footsteps, and they're coming from off the map in this direction.
okay.
Oh, wait, they're coming from up here.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna run up to this guy. I'd like to knock him out.
What's your dexterity plus your proficiency plus 10?
My dexterity plus my proficiency plus 10, that's 15.
He failed the roll. He's knocked out. I was doing that to make quicker so you don't have to roll an attack roll. So you do very elegantly knock him out.
And I say to the group, oh, we should vacate the premises with our prisoner. But
And as I just collect my rats and just start going over to here to help him pick the guy up.
So you guys are just gonna take him where you guys running.
Let's see.
Because this building right here is where he was looking into, and this is the embassy.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
And the front entrance is this way.
Yeah,
I was thinking that we go this way.
same.
And maybe one of us can bring one of our high elf friends along.
Okay. As long as you think you can carry this guy.
Really quick, out of character, what is everybody's strength modifier?
6.
0.
Oh wait, my strength modifier? -2.
Yeah. Ooh, this 2?
I'm gonna try and help her pick this guy up.
Strength has always been my dump stat.
Okay, so Zach, how hard is it for me with a -1 to move this guy?
Let me do some math real quick.
Because my carrying capacity is 120 pounds.
So, how much time do we have before the guards get here?
You know what? I'm just gonna motion whatever or do whatever it is to try and command the rats to just stay.
Because I have
Does that take a charge, or can I just do that
You
freely?
can just command them.
Okay, yeah,
They're pretty much gonna do that until they're dismissed.
I'm gonna command them just to basically to stay and act as a distraction, and then once they've distracted the guards, to just kind of flee and then make their way back to me whenever.
Intelligence checks for quick. Okay, so they just run off to where they hear the clamoring. You assume they bought you some time, but you don't know how much.
So another
Okay.
idea.
Yes.
This looks like somebody got attacked, right?
Yes.
How would one of you feel like making it seem like I'm more banged up than I am?
Wish, then I can arrange that.
Because I'm wondering if my performance can help.
If any of you have a disguise kit, now would be the time to use it.
I pull out my disguise kit.
Okay. So are you gonna try to make them look beat up with some of the makeups and what have you?
Yep.
Roll.
While he
What
was
would you
doing
justify to use this?
I am going
probably
to
sleight of hand, unless he might actually be able to just roll for it. I don't know.
Now I'm going to let him justify a stat because I'm thinking of several ones he could use.
So
I'm sorry. I got interrupted again.
No problem.
Oh, no
So,
problem.
what skill or stat would you justify using for this? Because I came up with several.
Could be sleight of hand, deception.
I had it set as charisma because that would be more of a deception type.
Okay, so roll deception plus proficiency.
I thought that you wanted me to roll with my disguise kit proficiency.
Yeah, so it would be your proficiency modifier, or unless you have expertise in it.
Wait, hold on a second.
I would just reroll.
as they're doing that, Rathus is kind of gonna chuckle and just... I can't lie worth shit. And he's gonna take his own dagger and just stab himself real fast.
Okay, were you stabbing yourself, and what are you making the wound look like?
Like I got probably stabbed in the side.
Roll a d4.
That's plus my dexterity again?
Yep.
Oh.
Okay. So, you make yourself roughed up.
Can
You
I
now hear the footsteps stop, and they're slowly beginning to resume.
try to start dragging the unconscious guy this way?
Yeah. So to let you know, for the sake of brevity, it is just going to be half your movement.
Okay.
And
The only reason.
I'm counting down rounds right now.
Okay.
So
The only
right
reason
now
I'm
we're-
going. Oops, sorry.
That's no problem. So right now we're on round 1.
Okay. The only reason I'm going for this guy is They are, I'm assuming, lighter weight simply because they're not wearing the heavy armor that
Yeah,
the guard is.
that is a half elf too, so they're a bit more light.
Yeah. So I'm going to be dragging this one, and you guys can get the other one.
I thought this was the chitinous one.
Oh wait, my bad. Confused. Once again,
He's-
sorry.
He's still not wearing armor, though, right?
Yeah, he's not. He's wearing common clothes.
Yeah.
This is the half elf. My bad.
So,
This is nice. What?
This one has no head.
let's see.
Yeah, that one has no head, so it's 10 pounds lighter.
Wait, that's a heavy ass head.
Let's see. I can move that far. Half of 35 is okay. So 15. So like that far.
Okay. So just move yourself. Then now, Vithoth, if you would like to move, who is you dragon?
Hmm. I'm going to drag this one.
Okay, half your movement as well. So that's round one, and I'm assuming you're just waiting for them to come, Rathis?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy them time to get away.
Okay. Next round, you hear it getting closer. So if you guys would like to move, do so.
Can I go to? I'm trying to understand how this is. This like a barrel?
Yes, it's a very shitty barrel.
Okay,
So you can move around it. There's enough space.
I'll move to like here. That's 15.
Okay, that's round two.
So while that, I'll stab myself in the leg.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not gonna have you roll damage. You can pretty beat up. Next round, you guys can move again.
How close do the guards sound like they're getting over here?
Roll perception.
Can I do the same?
Yes. So. Do.
Okay.
Vithoff, they sound like they're about right there. Jonik, you hear them to be about right here.
Can you re-ping that? Because every time that you ping, I'm not looking in the area that you ping.
So look at the top corner towards the rat.
Mm-hmm.
Vithoff, you hear them over here. Jonik, you hear them over here.
Okay, and I'm like, okay, so I know they're a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Let me go and there. So
Okay.
How big is this barrel?
It takes up like one space, so it's 5 feet around. Pretty big barrel.
What is in the barrel?
A very small layer of dried herbs.
Can I put the high elf in the barrel?
Yes, you can.
is it a covered barrel?
Yeah, it has like one of those little things you just pull off.
Okay, so you can like. What I'm asking is there like a lid he could close?
Yeah.
Okay, so I put the high elf in there, and then I put the lid over it.
Okay. So now you have your full movement.
And now I'm going to come back over here and look wounded.
I can stab
Okay.
you if you'd like.
What do you try to do? Do you want to do a rush disguise kit?
He's already been fucked up.
He is actually fucked up, yeah.
Okay, so John, if you'd like to move again.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull out the bloody handkerchief that I have. And that when the guards appear, I'm going to be pretending to clean wounds.
So you're just gonna
Okay.
shove it into like one of his open wounds.
Jonik, you can move again. And I've been doing this wrong, so you could have been dashing as well.
Oh, okay. So, like over here.
Yeah.
Doot.
They're now right there in the spot. There's
so
about
yeah.
5 guards. Like,
Okay.
stop.
Can I determine whether or not these guards are actual real guards?
Yes. Roll insight with advantage.
While you're doing that, Rathis is just going to say, and here I was thinking that guards didn't exist here. That you can get jumped in a back alley outside that embassy.
From your understanding, these are indeed guards. They have a completely different body language than the ones that you killed. And Jonik, you may move again.
Okay.
So now you would be out. You would be out of this alley and over in this area.
Okay, so I need to clarify something because I can do something that would speed this up even more. How much farther do I have to go to bring the body into the embassy? Or it's not even a body. I'm just dragging a dude. He's not even dead.
I would say about another 60 feet.
Okay. I would
Because
like.
after this turn, you're out of the alleyway and the very corner of the building.
I would like to wild shape into a dire wolf and begin dragging him as a dire wolf, which should make my
Okay.
movement speed much higher.
Yeah, no, you're normal movement now. So with
Okay.
that, I think their movement speed is 40.
I think it's like 50 actually.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna say you can make it. You're
So
off. You're out of here.
big ass wolf just dragging a dude that's tied up out of an alleyway.
So are you bringing them into the embassy?
Yes, I'm gonna bring them into the embassy and then unwild shape, and things are going to happen.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
So now they're beginning their questions. Who did this? What happened?
And Rathis is just going to say, rather truthfully, we just got attacked out of nowhere.
And are you doing it more like showy?
Yeah,
Because I know you
he's
want
kinda, like, waving his hands, exaggerating the wound that he gave himself.
The only damage you've taken
roll
is
performance at
self-inflicted.
advantage because Vethoth also looks roughed up, and he's near you.
So performance with advantage?
Yes.
Oh.
Vethoth, do you say anything to them?
Yes, there was it these two, and that he points to the half elf that has no head, and the skeleton over here, and he says, "These two came first. I don't know what happened to that one that's just a pile of bones now, and I'm not sure how this one lost his head. But then there were these two that were kind of dressed like guards, but one of them exploded."
Roll deception with advantage. So you both passed. This was a group check. At 50% passed, something interesting would have happened. So they do let you off, however, they say that you're being watched as you are still a witness. And they then mutter something in Teresian, which no one here really speaks. And one of them kind of lingers a bit, and it's like in the corner, there's like looking at everyone. There's a guard here, and a guard here that are keeping watch over the crime scene.
Is there anyone watching this barrel?
No.
Okay, are we free to leave?
Yes, you are. You're kind of like, shoot. Like, shoot out of there.
Okay,
Rathis is gonna
so
say, if you need to find me, I'll be in the embassy. Healing from a stab wound.
as
No,
well.
right.
And that I'm assuming that she's gonna go this way. I'm going to go over here and then whisper to her to help me carry the high elf that's in the barrel into the embassy.
You want to know what was the funny part? He was actually going to walk the direction of the guards so that they would watch him better than you.
Oh well, that would be. I guess that'll work.
Considering they're -2. to strength.
-1.
No, I
Was
have -2.
So while you guys are planning the movement of bodies, Jonik, you enter the embassy. You see Sedona is actually, as you walk in the front door, is actually towards the window where the guy was watching over here. She pretty much saw the whole thing go down.
Including Rathus just stab himself.
She did. She did.
Committed.
I like how the first combat was just a clusterfuck, and then the second one, I'm guessing it was supposed to be harder because they had better armor, but we
Do you
both
know what their AC was? It was just 14. It was 2 higher than the other ones.
we one-shotted those guys, but the freaking assassins actually did another run.
I still love how the only damage Rathus took was self-inflicted. He got himself down to 10.
He's just like, ah, ow, oh, I'm wounded.
Yeah, he can't lie. Not really well.
So, Jonik, you do come in with this unconscious person. And Sidon was like, oh, I was expecting them to be so close.
Yeah, that was a lot easier to find them than I was expecting. As I just unwild shape from dire wolf mode.
I'll get the torturer. And she just yells for vitriol.
I'm gonna go ahead and go back outside to help these guys get the body now.
Okay, so can I narrate kind of what Janek comes around the corner to see?
Yes.
Okay, so Janek,
Mm.
you see Vivoth carrying this high elf over his shoulder, struggling like hell. And he's normally very, very prim and proper and doesn't show any emotion, but then you see him carrying this high elf and he's just huffing and puffing and he's and he's stumbling from side to side as he's walking.
He's just not having a good time. Janek,
I thought these high elves were supposed to be scrawny.
Meanwhile, you just hear in the
Janek,
distance.
yeah, is just like.
So if you're helping Vivoth, it's not half movement, it's full movement, so you get there pretty easily.
Okay.
And you see that the one assassin that you brought in earlier is now awake, and vitriol is blathering on ceaselessly. And this guy's like, oh, please stop. Please stop.
So, Rathus
And-
will come by a little bit later, but he was being a Karen to the guards.
I want to talk to your guard captain right now.
How can
Sir?
a drow
Sir.
get attacked right outside the embassy?
Sir,
And
sir,
I met with suspicion.
sir, we have a prejudice against drow.
Well, fucking unlearn it. I just wanted to play violin in practice, but no.
Sir, you shouldn't have done it in an alley.
Where am I supposed to do it? Where I get glared
Calm
at?
down. Calm down.
And he plays violin really shittily to make it seem like he really needs practice, and he got kicked out of the embassy for playing like shit. It sounds like a strangled cat.
Yeah.
The guards are just like, we should have let this one die.
So I couldn't understand what was happening, and I was hearing thump, 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 like somebody was pounding on my wall or something.
Mm.
And so I open my door, and I see my dog, who is a half Chihuahua, freaking going crazy, scratching his underside, and his paw is slamming into the floor, and it's making such a dull thud that I thought it was somebody pounding on my wall.
So I'll be right back. I gotta go use the bathroom.
Okay, so you
Travis
guys
is
now
busy
have.
being a Karen.
He's telling off one of the guards. So, Vivoth, you come into the person being tortured by Vitriol's endless rambling. And Sedona then approaches you with her effortless glide, her hands hidden in her little hand holder. I don't know what the fuck you would want to call it. It's a fur that's rolled up around her hands. She's like, this one is more my speed. And she ushers you over to an empty table not too far away from the torturing. If you could, please set him upon the table.
We do, or at least I try to.
With pleasure. Boom.
She then approaches it, gets very uncomfortably close to the face of the high elf. You see this red mist leave her mouth and enter the mouth of this deceased person. And you see the chest inflate, and you hear a very sharp and raspy inhale. If you have questions, I suggest you ask them. We do some research with Speak with the Dead.
Out of character, I'm just picturing Janik leans down at him and is just like, in a freaking Batman voice, "Who are you working for?"
So you have 5 questions. So do you ask him very intimidatingly, who do you work for?
Sure.
I work for the Blades of the Crescent Moon. And that's all he says, so that's 1 question down, 4 left.
Do I know what that is?
Do I know
Well,
what that is?
Jonik, you wouldn't. Vivoth, roll history with advantage. Because you're a trained assassin. Natural 20, so you very much well know who the Blades of the Moon are. They are a primarily high elf assassins guild, is what they like to style themselves to be. They tend to work for the more higher ups of society. It's like when you have a very big target on your back. So generally speaking, they carry out the assassinations of nobles and people of note. They're most well known for killing an entire dynasty of high elf kings. They've even been known to operate within the Underdark and have actually led to a great destabilization of a few of the widespread empires.
What
They're
was the
very
name?
top.
What was the name of the assassin group?
The Blades of the Moon.
So I'm just gonna assume Rathus comes in at this time, just kind of sits down in the corner.
You can ask it a question too.
What questions have been asked?
Only one is, who do you work for?
Who was your target?
Sedona. A bonus was to be given if we could bring her head and the head of the and it just kind of stopped speaking right then. So that's 2 questions down, you have 3 left.
Who hired you?
Huh?
Who hired you?
Oh no, that
Oh, that was what he asked?
actually
No,
it wasn't actually.
We were hired by the Empress. And it's just a very short response. You have 2 questions left.
Out of curiosity, who was the other person you were supposed to kill?
There was many. The next one was to be a former thief. She killed a baron and stole her Pegasus. One question remaining.
Out of character,
Yes.
do I know what empress that he's talking about, or are there several empresses that could possibly be the one?
So, with your knowledge of the surface, because you were taught, you do not know of many empires above the surface that would have an empress that would be ruling, so you infer that is Mehrunes, the current arbiter of the Euclidean Dominion, who ordered the execution of her own cousin.
How many more of you are there that are after Sedona?
You see the head kind of slump over, and seeing only one of his other associates there. There are 2, 3, technically. And with that, the last of the breath leaves the body, and it goes back to being inert.
Oh. If he's counting him as one, then we have 1 or 2 on the loose.
Sounds like it.
Did they come with anything else? Wait, I have to roll a sanity throw for the other one.
Do I have the note that...
You still do.
Or who was it that found the note?
Someone did. I think it was... It might have been Vivoth.
Well, whichever one of us.
Oh, oops. Accidentally rolled a d10. I didn't realize it.
So you start to hear the other person at the table begin to cry. You're just like, please shut up. Please shut up.
The chitinous guy. He's just...
Yeah.
Is he still being talked to by...
Oh yeah, it is just the ramblings of vitriol. Very few people can withstand this.
So how are we immune to it?
We're not paying attention.
You're not actively listening and being forced to listen. Out of character, she cast Geas and forced him to listen.
Oh god. Rathus is just gonna slowly tune into what Vitriol's saying.
And so, then you take this nut, put it in this bolt, and there you have a functioning glass breaker. And it looks like a contraption that looks like a bunch of hands on a spinning wheel.
Please tell me that the thing malfunctions and just starts slapping the chitinous guy over and over again.
It's like that baby burping video.
Oh, oh, I do have some bad news.
What?
The machine malfunctions so bad and slaps him so hard that when it slaps the side of his face, the head does a full 180.
Oh, fuck!
So you hear a sickening snap.
He's not a very good interrogator. He just killed his freaking...
It did 20 damage. This poor man had like 1 health.
Oh my god.
Rakkus is laughing, by the way.
He just hears Sedona sigh. You see her raise her hand and the body begins, you kind of hear the rigidity because this is the one that kind of went poof. You hear kind of like this crackling and bending of just taut, leathery skin as it begins to animate and then walk quite literally into a large, large trash can. I suppose I can do that one more time if you would like. Because someone doesn't know the definition of non-lethal torture.
I mean, his only fault was actually showing something to him. And it broke.
Whatever, do you wish for me to hoist a spirit back within him to learn more, or do you wish to think about what you have?
We could always ask him about the one that's remaining. Well, 1 or 2.
To let you know, you have not seen a creature like this. It has blue skin and a black-blue chitinous exterior.
Now that some time has passed, can I think on it again to see if I
Yes.
recollect?
History or Arcana? You do recall a very vague fragment of a group of people that liked to fuse animals into living sentient creatures, giving them their traits. But beyond that, you can't remember the name.
You know, we could always ask him what he, is.
So Sedona begins to walk over and do the same thing. She breathes that red vapor into his lungs, and you hear a sharp inhale. Remember 5 questions. And she goes back to writing in her dossier because it's just an everyday thing for her.
Well, I am going to have to go right now because I have work in the morning and I need to take out all the trash.
Okay, no problem.
I have to go pretty soon as well, although I do kind of want to ask this thing the questions.
You go for it.
What made you the way you are?
The choir of blood made me this abomination. Yeah, no, you know that name, Jonic.
What?
You know that name.
Oh.
And 1,000 memories come back to you of pain, of bloodletting, of torture, and of forced growth and stimulation.
Oh no.
Oh,
I forgot to say goodnight, so good night.
Good night. And Janak is just kind of like doing his panic attack mode. Just
There are 4
Not-
questions left.
not having a good time.
Skeever is now crawling on your back, and it's just kind of like plap, 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 just kind of like smacking your face, but attempting to pet it.
He just kind of wraps his arms around it as like a freaking like a stuffed animal.
It is content to be part of this.
shit.
4 more questions.
Yeah, so. Okay. 4 more questions, eh?
Actually, I thought of another one.
Okay.
As he just is still like holding the rat in his arms, the skeever. how many more assassins like you and and these others are there that have been sent out on this mission to kill who was it? Sedana, and then Pink Tiefling. I'm just describing these. How many are left now that you are gone?
So he names 2 elves, a half-elf, a human, 2 other elves, and a pet they like to keep around.
If we were to look for these people, where would they be?
Along the Iker Canal under the bank, in a cabin, there will be a bookshelf. Look underneath. You have 2 left.
Hmm.
Calm down there.
Just imagine Jonix actually just hitting his head.
Your rat is copying you and just gently smacking its own head.
Why don't we wait until next session? Give Dort and potentially Muri a chance to ask questions. Unless you have some questions to ask it.
Oh, I have nothing.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else, but there might be something I come up with.
Moori
We should
won't
make
be
it-
back for a long time. For a good bit. Helena maybe, but not Moori.
Just make a note of the body real quick. Okay, all good on my side. So you just wrote down 2 more questions left, and you're talking to a simic creature.
Yeah. All right. I have to go to bed, guys.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Anyways, I'm gonna hop off too, but I have to charge my phone, so I might be a minute. So see you in a hot minute.
Okay. I'm probably gonna hop off Discord.
Okay, I should have my phone charged in a little bit.
Did you have fun?
Yes.